Jake and Eric weren't ghost hunters. They weren't into cryptids or urban legends. They were just two bored friends looking for some weekend. Jake had heard about this app, the one that sends you to completely random coordinates. Sometimes it led people to weird places. Sometimes nothing happened. But every once in a while, people found things they couldn't explain. They downloaded it, hit generate, and laughed when the pin dropped in the middle of nowhere, 45 minutes outside town, deep into the woods. No roads nearby, no houses, no trails, just coordinates, a red dot on a black screen. They grabbed flashlights, snacks, and took off. It was late, already dark. They parked when the road gave out and hiked the last stretch on foot. At first, it felt like any other hike. Cold air, quiet forest, branches cracking underfoot. They joked about haunted woods and strange happenings in these parts. But the deeper they walked, the quieter it got. They reached the location just past midnight. The forest suddenly opened into a clearing, perfectly round, ringed with trees that leaned inward like they were hiding something. In the center sat a strange formation of stones, arranged in a circle. Some stood upright, others had toppled. Each was carved with deep-worn symbols. Jake stepped into the center. Eric stayed back, flashlight trembling slightly, shining on Jake. Then, the ground began to hum. The air shifted, thicker, warmer, like standing next to a furnace. The soil inside the circle started to glow faint orange. At first, it looked like embers. Then the light deepened. A slit opened in the center of the ground, thin at first, then wide enough to see into, but there was no bottom, just swirling blackness, like liquid shadow. Jake took a step back, and then they came through. First one, then another, then a third. Skinwalkers. The skinwalkers didn't look like animals or people. They looked like both, mashed together in the wrong order. Tall, hunched figures covered in mottled fur, but with human hands. Their joints bent backward, and their faces were stretched, as if they'd borrowed someone else's skin and never learned how to wear it right. Their eyes glowed. They didn't charge. They just stood there, watching, breathing, waiting, staring with no expression. Jake whispered Eric's name. Eric was frozen, horrified. They couldn't believe their eyes. The portal behind the creatures still pulsed, still open, and something even larger moved just beyond it. Something that hadn't stepped through yet. It moved into the shadows. Jake and Eric turned to run, but the trees had moved. The trail had disappeared. No stars, no moon. Just the sound of something moving rapidly, moving towards them. The last thing they saw before the flashlights went out was a hand, long and pale, reaching for them. In a flash, everyone was gone. The cold, still night remained as if nothing happened.